So it's 2015, and I just had my 15 minutes of fame. The New York Post decided to write an expose on my love life, titled, "Meet Yossi Rosenberg, New York's most desperate single man." You can Google it, it's true. My mom called me up and told me to flee the country. In the Upper West Side Jewish dating scene, which I was a part of, I was the guy with the article. And basically, my love life was bad before that, and after the article came out, it was horrible. My therapist said that this might be a positive thing. We could basically work on my intimacy issues. I agreed with her. Actually, I had a friend named Josh, and Josh had intimacy issues like I did, but he managed to overcome them. So I asked him what he did, and he said he did this thing called OM. OM. And I said, all right, I'll give it a shot. If it can, can help me, what do I have to lose? So I go in the Soho loft to take this OM class, and it's run by a bunch of women. There's a lot of women and awkward guys there. And a lady gets up and says, OM stands for orgasmic meditation. I'm like, huh? And there's a man and a woman that get on the stage, and the man is called the stroker, the woman is called the strokee, and the woman disrobes from the waist down, and the man maneuvers himself between the woman's legs, and I don't know how to say, he hand stimulates her for 15 minutes, and I'm just watching this whole thing with I'm watching this whole thing with shock and disgust. I really don't, I honestly, so I get out of the class and I call Josh, like, what kind of Nexium sex cult are you taking me? Like, this is not for me. He said, he called, on the phone, he says to me, Yossi, do you want to be the most desperate single man forever? No, I mean, he did have a point. So now Josh spent a lot of money on this OM thing, and he was very high up within the ranks. He was he was a master stroker. And he was a member of a WhatsApp group that had all these people on, and he said, I'll just add you to the WhatsApp group. I said, okay. He adds me to the WhatsApp group, and next thing I know, I'm a part of this inner world here. And, so there are these women on the group basically summoning you to stroke them. So the first person that I stroked was this person, Brenda. She was a 55-year-old divorcee. Curly hair, like a crunchy granola type. Anyway, I came in there, I had my gloves and my lube. And, I did the deed. And honestly, it felt like electric, and I started feeling confidence about myself. After that, on the WhatsApp group, I went to Mary. Mary was a 30-something-year-old black professional, nerdy, kind of nerdy. I knocked on her door. She had a nice apartment. Put on the gloves, 7 minutes in, she's like, this is not going to work out. What? I was pale. I called up my friend Josh. Josh, I can't, they hate me. The women hate me. Don't worry, Yossi. You're not going to click with everybody. Just, you got to keep doing it. Okay? Next person was Stacy, a 60-something-year-old grandma. Upper East Side, went in there, and she, put on the gloves. She wanted 2 sessions. She was very happy, so my confidence went up. Anyway, to make a long story short, I was going around New York doing this, left and right. It was affecting my work. I was taking. My boss was asking me why I was taking all these lunch breaks, these long lunch breaks. I said I was taking a meditation class, which was not a lie. I mean, I'm like very easily distracted, but when I was doing this, I was laser focused, and it was. But after a while, it fizzled out. This wasn't real intimacy. This was fake, artificial intimacy, and I started going around feeling kind of like a gynecologist. I and yeah, it just kind of fizzled out. And I mean, I got what I needed out of it. That area of the female anatomy I was scared of, and it was like exposure therapy. But you know, I was done with it. It was over. It was not. I wasn't getting anything out of it anymore. So I stopped. A couple of years later, I'm dating this girl, and she asked me, I like this girl. It was going well, third date, and she asked me, yes, yeah, your friend's one of my best friends, Pamela. I'm like, Pamela who? And she's like, Pamela Solomon. I'm like, oh shit. And this girl was somebody I took the class with. I was like, like, do I tell her? Do I not tell her? All right, so then I just took a deep breath and I told her everything. I confessed. And she laughed, and she goes, yeah, I already knew that. She told me. And I thought, this was real intimacy. This person saw me with all my sexual deviance, and she had decided that it didn't matter, and she saw me warts and all, and that was real intimacy. So, I married her.
Give it up for Yossi.